Live. We're live.
We're live. So I should
For
stop
Memorex.
scrolling on my phone and talk to those
Pay
people.
attention. We got guests. Welcome, Bonbini. Welcome to our humble abode. We are back. We're back.
We are indeed.
We're home. I mean, we've been home, but last weekend we were in Orlando, so that was different.
Yeah. Let's say some hi to some people. I said some at the wrong point in that sentence.
Okay.
You want to do that?
Yeah, let's do it.
Anything you want to say before that?
I don't think so.
All right. Well, King Viper Jeff was here.
Nice.
Before everybody else.
Sees no one.
Probably before we were.
Probably.
Hi, Stacy.
Hello. Hey, Stacy.
He actually said hi this time. That's why I clicked on it. Yeah. Hi, Anita.
Hey, Anita.
And Ed.
Hello, Ed.
And Air Force Les.
Hello, Les.
Hello. Let's see. Glad you enjoyed your cruise. And how was the stage show, Matt?
Well, I didn't actually get on stage. That's a long story, but it was still a really good time. Very good time.
On your phone. Okay.
I understand.
And Shady Hill Homestead says, good evening. And I say, good evening in return.
Hello, hello, hello.
Synchronized drinking right there.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say.
Is it?
Yeah.
That would have been synchronized speaking too.
Yeah, yeah.
We haven't been practicing at all.
We rehearsed.
Hi, Gina.
Hello, Gina.
Welcome to the show.
Welcome to the show.
I was trying to come up with something really, really cool, and show is all that came up. So
showtime.
Kevin Count says Bonbini and Bagak. It's taco night at home. We're going to watch and cook and eat and watch.
What, you're not going to your normal Mexican
Don Jose's?
Yeah. What's up with that?
So Wednesday, October 4th, was National Taco Day.
Which is weird because it was a Wednesday.
Yeah.
Like they didn't synchronize that well. Well, I guess I don't know why I'm complaining.
It should have been October 4th.
2 consecutive days of tacos.
I mean, we ate tacos for
all week.
Yeah.
Well, I ate burrito, quesadilla things, but basically it's the same thing.
Taco-like food.
Same thing.
Yeah.
For me.
Indeed.
Yeah.
That AC feels really good.
It does.
I thought I was kind of warm.
It was getting a little warm.
Yeah. Stacy is watching and eating a sandwich. What kind of sandwich? I like sandwiches. Oh, we had Taco Bell tonight. So
some people say tacos are sandwiches.
They're not. They're tacos.
Okay. We did have Taco Bell.
Yeah, I didn't even think about that.
Yeah.
Did you?
I didn't. Did I have a reason to think of it? Ham sandwich.
Oh, I like
just ham.
Ham on bread.
No cheese. No pickles. No mustard, mayo. What do you? Lettuce. What do you put on your ham sandwich?
Hey, look at that! He has made it.
What's going on?
Bonbini from the pool deck of Holland America's Eurodam in Victoria. Awesome.
Oh, very nice. He's going up to Alaska.
I am desperate to get on another Holland ship.
Is that where that one's going? Is that where he's going? Alaska? You think? Where are you going?
Maybe.
Dan, where are you going?
Let's see.
Are we outside of Alaska season? When does Alaska season end? We've got to be at the end of it if we're not.
I'm supposed to be eating better. I have to have turkey tacos in a bowl, no shell.
I feel your pain. I feel your pain.
I did tacos in a lettuce shell. So
I did very, very lean ground beef. Yeah. It did cost me some more Weight Watcher points, but it was all right. And then Velveeta cheese slices are fairly low points, sort of.
Les had fish tacos tonight.
They go a long way. Fish tacos.
Okay. Kimber, you sound a little stuffy. Under the weather? Yes, indeed. This week has been kind of a bummer for me. So, yeah. Called out of work Monday. Should have probably also stayed home Tuesday. Sunday was not great. So I'm still getting over it. It was fun.
Fun.
Yeah. My sandwich is just a plain ham and mayo sandwich.
Okay, but there's mayo on it. That's my point, right? It's just like, because just ham on bread, that's real plain. But yeah, a little mayo on there. Okay. Catch a can.
Please don't throw that.
I didn't. I just caught it.
Yeah, you.
See what I did there?
You catch the can.
I caught a can.
You catch a can. Now I'm
Then I
cold.
guess it's not the end of Alaska season yet.
Maybe it's towards the end of Alaska season.
I think, yeah, I don't know when Alaska season actually ends, but it's got to be
when it gets cold.
It's got to be soon. It's got to be soon.
Yeah. Whew. I just said I wanted that AC, and now I'm getting chills.
Are they multiplying?
Yeah. You know what? You know why it's so dark back there?
I thought it looked darker than normal back there. I thought, is it because I'm wearing a dark shirt? That helps a little bit.
Yeah.
I said a little bit. Not a lot, but a little bit.
Gina says, I like the plain sandwich, just ham and bread, sometimes cheese. I mean, I do ham, cheese, and bread. If I'm feeling real crazy, I'll throw on some chips, maybe pickles.
Yeah. See, I'd be like throwing jalapenos on there and spicy mustard. And
Gina's been a little under the weather too.
That time of year.
I hope you feel better, Gina. I don't know where I picked this up from because
I do.
What, work?
Yeah. There's been a lot of sickos.
You didn't get it.
Not exactly. No.
Well, not like I did. This year's Alaska season went a bit longer than usual. We were the last ship in icy Strait Point. Okay.
Okay. So I'm not crazy though.
Well,
I'm not crazy. Not for that reason anyway.
What is this?
That's a health insurance card, maybe?
That is your dental card.
A dental card, yeah. There we go.
Hey, there's Paul.
Hey
Working
there,
and
Paul.
listening.
All right.
You should probably be listening and working. We should come first.
Is that how it works? I don't know. He drives a large vehicle.
Oh, good point.
He should probably be focused on work first.
Then listen.
Safety first, Paul. Safety first. But thank you for joining us. Yeah, I got a cool gift. Check out that Bahamas pin right there from Ed and Anita.
Well, you know what? I have a purple croc on a keychain.
Look at that.
Which is like the coolest.
Does it
ever.
actually function?
It sure does.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
Yep. Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. I wonder if you could get tiny gibbets for it or something. You could probably.
I could 3D print them.
Make something. Yeah, that's true. Because they don't have to really. You could even, yeah, as I say, they don't have to stay in there like on a regular shoe. They don't have to be that durable.
Yeah, super cool. I'm trying to decide where I want to put it. I kind of want to hang it off of my bag, but the other keychain I had hanging off of my bag fell off.
Oh, yeah. You don't lose it.
And I don't want to lose it. But I think a purple croc hanging off of my bag would be really cool.
It would be kind of cool. You also got a little Hogwarts
an ornament
thingy. Yeah.
So, thank you.
That was cool.
Thank you. And
pleasant little
surprise. A lovely note.
I'm just looking at this pin. Wonder if that needs to go on my head too. This VIFP club.
Well, that one's mine.
Oh, is it?
But you can have it. They give me the same one every time.
Because I feel like I've gotten this one this year every time.
What does that say on it? I can't. That's up for the Pride. I don't know where your I don't know where your celebration one is.
Somewhere. Did we get it? We got it.
Yeah, we got it. I just don't know where it's currently located.
Well, I'll leave the Pride one anyway because that's our group cruise.
Yeah.
So.
And then you'll get a Mardi Gras one.
That's our wedding cruise. So that's got a special spot as well.
And I'm gonna probably steal this one for a little bit.
This one?
Yeah.
You have your own.
But I need yours. I will borrow it because it is blue.
Is that how that works? You can borrow it from me?
Why not?
Okay, I just didn't know.
Also, it's blue. I could just go with the blue. I don't know about borrowed.
Yeah, I don't know how all that works. So.
My mom's working on old.
Okay.
I was thinking
I
about
don't think she
asking,
meant that the way it sounded, but
well, something of Paps.
gotcha. Yes.
And I was thinking about asking your mom for something borrowed.
My mom's pretty stingy. I don't think she'll.
I know. And she doesn't like me at all.
No, not even a little.
And she hasn't said hi, so I don't know if she's on here to hear me say that. All right, let's see where we are here. Juno, Sitka, Ketchikan, Icy Straight Point, and now Victoria.
Nice.
Very nice. Stacy says, nice keychain. Indeed it is. I'm like super excited for it. Matt called me yesterday. So yesterday, me and a few of my coworkers have season Broadway tickets to the shows. And yesterday was our first show, which is Choir of Man. If nobody's seen it, it is a really good show. I highly recommend going to see it. But Matt, actually I called Matt. And he said, I just went and got the mail and there's a package in here that has your name on it. And because I'm not very good at waiting, I said, well, open it and tell me what's inside. So then I was really excited to get home to see it. Also, anything for you, Miss Kimber. Somebody's getting married on the Mardi Gras.
I heard that too.
Oh. Who?
I don't know.
Okay. Well, that's how you feel. Dan says, Victoria is gorgeous, very sunny. Most of Alaska was kind of overcast, not necessarily rainy, just overcast. Anita says, glad you like your gifts. Indeed, they were wonderful.
Very nice. Very nice. Thank you, thank you, thank you. So speaking of going on the Mardi Gras and getting married 28 days, right? 28 days? 28 days later. It's like a zombie movie. 28 days later. Should be 28 days.
Are you sure it's not 29?
Well, it might be 29, but 28 is.
But we're at the end of today, so we'll say 28.
Right. That's what I'm thinking. It's
Okay.
probably 28 days and some hours or
Yeah.
something like that. Anyway, we're going to 3 ports. We're going to, not free ports, 3 ports. We're going to Dominican Republic, Amber Cove, Dominican Republic, Grand Turk, and San Juan. So San Juan, we got that covered. Like, we know exactly what we're going to do in San Juan. We know what we're doing in all the ports, to be honest. However, there are other people on this cruise besides us that may not be doing the same things we're doing, may not be their cup of tea, or, for whatever reason, they're not doing the same things, which is cool. But some of them might have questions. Maybe they'll ask us, maybe they'll watch this, maybe they're in the stands here. But so what I'm asking you guys, you fine folks out there, is have you been to any of these ports? And if you've been to them, have you done anything? And was it something you would recommend other people do, or not recommend other people do, or somewhere in the middle there? So if you've been to Amber Cove, Grand Turk, or San Juan, what do you recommend or not recommend? And speaking of, we're going to have the Roddies on soon, because they were just on the Mardi Gras and they went to those ports.
They went to most of those.
They didn't go to San Juan. They went to Nassau, which is probably where this came from. So yes, we're going to talk to them about the Mardi Gras. I know Ed kind of broke the ship for a minute, but I think they got it fixed again. So I think we're all good.
See that?
28 days, 15 hours and 30 minutes. That's almost 29 days. But you know what? 8 of those at least are sleeping hours, right? So, and that's like midnight to 8. And then we've got from like 8:30, 9:30, 10:30, 11:30. It's another 3 hours, 8, 9, 10, 11.
Well, so here.
So it's like 28 days and noon.
Here's the thing.
That's what it comes to.
Here's the thing. I have to be up. The girl is coming to start doing my hair and makeup at 6:30 a.m. So for me, 5:30 is probably 5:30.
What are you, JT?
I mean, I've got to look beautiful. You
always look beautiful. What? You're welcome. So, and really, in my opinion, this whole thing starts whenever I go on a cruise or any vacation for that matter. It starts when I leave the house.
Well, that's extra early for us.
I know.
Yeah.
So like if I'm going on a cruise in Tampa, it starts that morning when I leave the
Right.
house. If I'm going on a cruise in Miami and it's not with JT and Jen, then it starts like the day before when I drive down and spend the night. This cruise, we're going down 2 days early. Well, an evening and a day early.
Yeah.
So Thursday, basically that Thursday, we're going to head over to Canaveral, which you could easily drive to Canaveral, but because we're doing stuff the night before, we're having a little get together. So as far as I'm concerned, like that is when vacation starts, and that pushes it from 28 days to 27 to kind of 26. Maybe it's 27 from right now because we'll be probably arriving over there about now on on Thursday though.
Unless we can leave work a little early.
Maybe they might let us.
I mean, they know what we're getting ourselves into.
Yeah, they do.
All right. Let's see. Anita says, we will come on whenever you're ready and willing to answer any questions we can.
All right. Okay.
It may or may not be next week, depending on what kind of shenanigans we get up to.
Because it's somebody's birthday.
Whose?
I don't know. Kimber, whose birthday is it on Friday the 13th?
I mean, I do like murder. Todd says, late. Soon the snow will fly and I will be inside. Got to enjoy those last warm 50-degree days.
I almost said, when I was talking about when the Alaska season ends, I almost said it's got to be soon because we're going to be getting Todd back soon because it's going to be too cold for him to be outside.
Points for Matt, Stacy says. Yeah, and then he stabs me with his fake knife.
I was just reenacting Friday the 13th.
Don't snorkel in Grand Turk at the port. They have killer jellyfish.
Now you're lucky. I was talking to my mom on the way home from work, and box jellies is a group of animals, but the ones in Australia will kill you, or they could kill you. They don't always kill you. They don't probably normally kill you, but they can kill you for sure. But they also have a bell about this big, and they're much more toxic than the. But I am pretty sure that maybe next to the Portuguese man of war, those box jellies in Grand Turk probably pack the strongest punch of any of our jelly relatives. Neither one of those are jellyfish, actually, but they're related. So.
All right. Dan says, interesting Caribbean trivia question. Our entertainment host asked us on the ship. What country's coastal waters are protected as a national park?
So I would think that would be multiple places. So here's my guess, Dan. It could be Bonaire.
I was thinking Bonaire. That was my first thought.
It could also be Grand Cayman, although I don't know that it's a national park, but I think the waters are protected. Belize wouldn't surprise me because the Mesoamerican Reef, and I know Belize is very protective of that. Cuba probably has a little bit of it protected, like the Zapata Swamp area. Those are my strong guesses. I don't know if any of those are correct.
Okay, so I'll come back to these next two, but then we have Tortola, Barbados, Bonaire, Cayman Islands.
Oh, so it was multiple.
Well, that's got a question mark at the end, so it's one of those.
Gotcha. Oh, well, okay. So
I'm still going with Bonaire was my first thought. I'm gonna go with Bonaire.
I think you're right because Bonaire, the waters off of Bonaire are protected by the government as I think a park, like Klein Bonaire and stuff. I don't think Cayman's got a lot of protections, but I don't think it's as parks.
Yeah.
And I've never been to Tortola or Barbados, so I don't know what the situation is there as far as parks and stuff.
Paul says, "You're naturally beautiful, Miss Kimbrough." Oh, thanks, Paul.
See, I wasn't trying to score points. I was just telling it like it is.
Anita says, "Amber Cove, we did Ocean World and we loved it. In Grand Turk, we did Margaritaville."
Okay, well, we can speak to Ocean World because we've been there multiple times, and we have had positive experiences on every trip we've gone. And we are going back. We are going to do the dolphin,
VIP dolphin swim,
which is we did the dolphin, sea lion, shark thing, which was a lot of fun.
Yes.
But this one is like only dolphins, but it's a step up from the other one, because the other one you just stand there and the dolphins come by and you can pet them and stuff. This one they're going to take you
like with
on a ride,
yeah,
and push you around and smack you in the face. And
Andy says, "I have been nailed by a Portuguese man o' war behind the knee." Ooh.
Yeah, that one might hurt as much as our box jelly, because man o' wars are supposed to have a pretty powerful sting.
Stacy said, "We've also done Ocean World and Amber Cove, as well as an island tour that went to the top of the mountain. Both were good."
Okay. So, like I said, Ocean World, we are very familiar with. The island tour is interesting. Went to the top of the mountain. Now, we've been to the mountains, some of them, with the Monkey Land, but it's beautiful, and you get to go through the craziness that is the Dominican Republic.
Yeah.
But very scenic, very beautiful. But that'd be kind of cool to really focus on that, because the monkeys were fine, but they're not even native to Dominican Republic.
Monkeys just wanted to.
They're cool. They're monkeys, and they jump on your head. I was going to say, who doesn't love that? And then I remembered your mom, but the scenery and stuff was just breathtaking.
Dan says he got it right. He doesn't know how. One of those things that just hit you and you have no idea why. He says it's Bonaire, so we were right.
Okay, yeah.
I was thinking, like, when we were at Klein Bonaire, they were talking about like you can swim here, but don't even think about going over into this area.
Well, I knew Klein Bonaire was
I know that
protected.
there's so much that's protected.
Yeah, Klein Bonaire is protected, and they're having that coral disease issue, and the government has like shut down Klein Bonaire after 2 p.m. and all that sort of thing. So I knew they were very, very particular, which, I don't blame them. I don't know if shutting down Klein Bonaire 2 is going to help, but I certainly don't blame them for being like as protective as they possibly can be, because that is not only is it worth protecting, it's also that is their bread and butter. Bonaire is the scuba diving capital of the world, definitely the Caribbean, and if they lose that coral reef, it's going to change everything there. So
Stacy says they did the VIP dolphin swim, the same one. How was it?
Okay, cool. I didn't realize that. I didn't realize they had done that. Did you know they had done that?
I didn't.
I knew they had. I think I knew that they had done like a dolphin.
That's why I'm asking questions.
Yeah.
Yeah. Were there a lot of people? Was it crowded? Did they push you around? Tell me more about it.
The dolphins, not the people.
Yes.
Well, or the people. If they push you around, that's good to know too.
Yeah. Anita says we did the dolphin encounter with Summer the dolphin.
No.
I don't remember what our dolphin's name was.
I don't either.
Our dolphin had a little bit of attitude. It was funny. It kept going over to the other person. It was come over here.
It was like, it didn't want like our trainer guy, but.
Well, I think he liked our trainer guy, just liked the other one better.
Yeah, well,
yeah.
He's like, you're not my person.
Yeah. The Bonaire waters were declared the Bonaire Marine Park in 1979. It's a superb diving destination for spotting colorful fish, coral, and rays. Indeed.
And octopuses and sea turtles, as we found out.
And he said, I almost went to Indianapolis this week to try and purposely get a monkey to jump on my head.
Yeah, but that one will bite you, apparently.
Yeah, so for those of you that haven't heard or didn't know, there was an escaped monkey in Indianapolis, not from the zoo. It is someone's pet named Momo. Apparently has escaped before. This isn't the first time.
Should be Houdini.
And the article I read said that it was running around and giving people menacing looks. And there were injuries, but it didn't say what the injuries were. So I don't know. And apparently the owner was trying to coax the monkey down from a tree with a peach.
Yes, which who did that?
Colbert.
Colbert. Stephen Colbert did a whole thing about like a peach. It's a monkey. That's not their fruit. Anyway, it's really funny.
Yeah.
It was really funny. But yeah, so
That he was chomping people.
I mean, if I saw a wild monkey, I would not mess with it.
No.
Like that is not an animal that you don't want to tangle with a monkey.
They caught him by showing him his toy and blanket.
Hopefully he's all good now. Hopefully they didn't like hurt him or anything. But
probably not.
You know, we have a wild monkey population that's established in Florida.
Yes, I do know that. You've talked about it before.
And we've seen videos of it too, because it's in like Central Florida.
Yeah, we've talked about kayaking over there, and then we never did.
Silver River.
Yeah. Let's see, it was awesome. There were about 15 people or so. They pulled us with their fins and pushed us with their nose on our feet. Totally worth it. That's exactly what I'm hoping for.
That's cool. When I was 15 and came down to Florida on a scuba diving, my first scuba diving trip, we did a swim with the dolphins in the Keys, and it was like nobody did it then. I mean, I thought I was really cool back then. Really, I just loved it. But I remember, I don't know how many of us there were, maybe like 10 of us. So like it was like, but there were like more in my side, and there were like just a few, 2 or 3 in the other side. And the guy there, like he went over all the rules, and it was real clear that he cared about the dolphin, which even back then I thought was really cool. I mean, he was basically like, look, these dolphins, they're going to pop up. They're going to give you one ride across the lagoon. And then after that, if they want to leave, they can leave. And that's just how it goes. I mean, he was real matter of fact about it. They didn't. Well, our dolphin didn't. Our dolphin was like, he's like, you'll know if the dolphin wants to give you a ride because it'll pop its dorsal fin right up in front of you. And this dolphin just kept coming up to us. Like this dolphin was having as much fun as we were. I think the other people who we were jealous of, because it's like, oh, there's only 2 or 3 of them with the dolphin. Well, there are 2 dolphins. They were playing a different game, like a bow chicka bow bow game. Yeah, and it was graphic. Like we saw them as we were leaving, rolling around with the stuff out up on the surface. So their dolphin gave them one ride, and then they were riding each other. Is basically what happened there. So we got the friendly, playful dolphin. They got the horny,
playful dolphin.
The horny dolphin. Yeah. So that was interesting.
Okay, we got another trivia question. On what island can you find a statue paying tribute to the rum-making pirate Richard Lee Noir? Puerto Rico, Grand Cayman, Curacao, or Dominica?
So
I know what my guess is.
I'm gonna say, so I've never heard of that on Curacao, and I feel like I would have. I've never heard of that on Grand Cayman. They have Big Black Dick on Grand Cayman. So I don't think that's it. Puerto Rico is a big rum country. I've never heard of that, but it's a big enough country that I don't know that I would have. I've never been to Dominica, and so I'm going to say Dominica, but that's not with a lot of certainty. What are you going to say?
I was going to guess Grand Cayman because I know that there's a lot of pirate stuff there.
I mean, there's also but all those have pirate stuff. Really, I don't know how piratey Curacao was, but definitely the other ones were.
Yeah.
I don't know. Why don't we get Caribbean trivia on our cruises?
Yeah, give us
I want Caribbean trivia.
Well, we're on a Caribbean cruise. They should Caribbean trivia us. In Cozumel, we did dolphin swim where I should actually read this. In Cozumel, we did a dolphin swim where they pushed me on my feet, and that was cool.
Was that at Chankanaab, or was that at the Dolphin Experience place or whatever it's called? Because I don't know. I'm not familiar with the other one. I've seen it advertised, but I love Chankanaab. Chankanaab is a really, I think, top-notch organization facility. It's also like a national park or something, but they have just their dolphin area is huge. So is Ocean World. It's huge.
I love Ocean World.
I don't like the dolphin one in Costa Maya. I think is horrible, and I don't like that. It's too small, and I don't think it's good. But I think but I think Chankanaab is great, and the other one might be too. I'm just not familiar with it. Puerto Rico, or Dominican Republic and Puerto Rico, because they're a part of the U.S. Ocean World, I believe, is an AZA facility.
Is it?
I think so. It might not be, but it's definitely.
They might be part of the Humane Association.
I don't know. I feel like they're held to a higher standard. I know that the guy who taught me how to train alligators, who goes around the world to train people at facilities how to train animals, he worked at Ocean World with them. I think it was Ocean World. I know he was also at the Xcaret in Mexico. He worked with them.
They have humane certification.
Okay.
I was pretty sure about that. Yeah.
I thought they had AZA too.
Well, I didn't read that far. I just looked up accreditation.
They'd probably have that top. But American Humane, that's basically the people who determine that there's no bad stuff happening to animals in movies. That's not the same as the Humane Society, which is also not the same as the Humane Society of the United States. Very different organizations, by the way. And this is also another different organization. So very confusing. Very different agendas. Chankanaab, there you go. And Les says Grand Cayman, I think, is an answer. There
we go. We got the answer. What's it say? Read it while I keep
Bingo, Kimbra, Grand Cayman. You can find the statue of Richard Lenoir at the corner of Harbor Drive and Landmark Avenue in front of Pirates Grotto in the Landmark. I don't know where any of those places are. We obviously need to go and spend more time in Grand Cayman because I've never heard of any of that, and that makes me sad.
Ocean World is not AZA.
Not AZA. No, they would have had that.
Dolphin Discovery is AZA.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Oh, wow. And they're well, no, wait, is Dolphin Discovery
in Punta Cana?
Oh, interesting. Okay. Interesting.
Atlantis.
Atlantis is AZA.
Is AZA.
If you see AZA on a zoo or an aquarium, they're being held to
Dolphin Discovery in Cozumel is AZA.
They're being held to extremely high standards. Just so you know, any facility with AZA accreditation, they're not joking. That's like every 4 years they're inspected, and they are super, super detail oriented. And you will lose your accreditation if you are not meeting wellness needs of staff as well as animals, as a matter of fact. But even like some OSHA stuff, but they are you have to show them like your enrichment records, your vet records. You have to have the right size habitats. All that stuff has to be on par. Hey, Mom.
It took you a minute to read that?
I saw her, and then we were talking, and then I realized you popped it up.
I popped it up, and you were like, I'm like, you gonna say something?
I'm processing.
Yeah, cool. So your mom wasn't on here earlier when I was talking about her?
She'll probably listen back.
Maybe.
She will now. She'll like, what did she say about me?
The suspense.
So, okay. And my mom was one of the people who were asking for it. So somebody said that they did some kind of, it was Stacy and Gina, did a mountain tour in the Dominican Republic. And they said they liked it, right?
An island tour that went to the top of the mountain.
There you go. Island tour went to the top of the mountain. I mean, that's a big island, so you're not seeing the whole thing, I'm sure, but you probably see some cool stuff. That would be kind of neat. So, yeah. What about Grand Turk? Does anybody do anything in Grand Turk? Like, I feel like Grand Turk, I mean, I guess I've done other things. I've gone snorkeling on excursions. I've gone scuba diving on excursions. And then I've snorkeled at the beach. I know there's like a really nice swimming pool. They've got the one of the Apollo capsules, I think. They've got a really nice shopping area. I know a lot of people just hang out in that port. It's like Amber Cove. It's a really good port to just chill in. Margaritaville, but yeah. Les says, Matt, I have a question. Are you going to carry Kimbra over the threshold into the cabin after you are married? Les, let me tell you something. I will if she wants me to. But Les, she knows me, and I am not, let's say, the most coordinated person in the world. And so even when I'm walking around the house, there's a good chance if I'm carrying something and go through a doorway that part of it's going to hit a wall, even if I'm being careful. So,
well,
I'm not saying I won't. I'm just saying it's up to her. It's at her own risk and
here's
peril.
my thoughts on that. Those doorways aren't large.
No, they're not.
The doors do not stay open on their own.
No, they don't.
And I will be in a dress that I don't want him to step on and rip.
Oh, that's valid. Well, at that point, it won't matter. The wedding will be over. We're just
I
gonna
still don't want it to rip. It's not a cheap piece of clothing.
Okay.
You better tell me. We were talking about what is it? Something old, something new, something borrowed, something blue. And my plan is to use this for blue. Pretty much everything is new. My mom is working on getting something from Paps that's old. And I was thinking about you for borrowed. That's it. That's all I said.
And I said, she won't loan you anything. She's a stingy lady. And everybody believed that. 100%.
Stacy says, I always just snorkel at the beach at Grand Turk.
I mean, honestly, I will say that I've snorkeled twice on excursions in Grand Turk, and they're all right. But the one place, took me to the same two places both times. The one place they take you, it's probably 30, 40 feet deep. So if you can't dive down, it's not the most scenic snorkeling. And then they take you to a shallower spot, which the first time I went, they had like nurse sharks that came over and like sat there where you could pet them. And the next time I went, they told me those nurse sharks had left. There was like a hurricane or something came through and they never came back. So that's been a few years. So I don't know, maybe they're back now. But I like snorkeling at the beach there because I'm not like, I don't have to wait till I hear something to get back on the boat right away. Like I'm at the beach right in front of the ship. Like the snorkeling is not as good as it would be from a boat in that area, but it's good enough. Like I've seen moray eels there. I've seen barracuda there. I've seen parrotfish and trunkfish and lots of cool stuff. I haven't seen a sea turtle. I don't think we'd see a sea turtle there. It's not a lot of grass. But did I see an octopus there? I don't think so, but I'm sure there's some there. Maybe somebody did. Who's the YouTuber? Oh man, I can't think of his name. Real young guy, very.
What are you talking about?
Talking about there's a YouTuber. He's a younger guy. He's very high energy. I can't think of his name.
Josh?
Yeah, Josh Holcomb. I think he saw an octopus at Grand Turk. I think I remember that. Piggyback. I could do that.
Probably not in my dress.
No, maybe not. You guys have to take your dress off before.
Ed says you need to be on the Love and Marriage show on the Mardi Gras.
Not if our parents are in the audience.
So
no.
I wrote down all of the questions when we were on Celebration.
I'm not answering some of those questions with live parents in the audience. I'm just not. It's just not going to happen.
Your mom says, I don't believe you, Matt. Let's see. I would just die if I actually saw a wild octopus. Well, we'll be looking for them. It'd be cool if we saw one. We'll show you if we do. Matt likes to play with them.
I mean, we've seen them in quite a few places now.
Yeah.
I've seen them in, let's see, Nassau, Bonaire,
Aruba.
Aruba,
I feel like there's somewhere else.
Half Moon Cay. Is that it? Just those 4 places?
Have I only seen it in 3? So you've only seen it in one other place?
I've not seen him in Roatan. I've not seen him in Cozumel. I've not seen him in Costa Maya. I've seen him in Grand Cayman. There was one in Grand Cayman. Didn't see him in Jamaica. But we didn't really go in the water in Jamaica. Yeah, I don't know. That might be, but that's a lot. That's like 5 or 6 times we've seen him. So
the one we watched in Mardi Gras.
we saw him on MSC's island, Ocean Cay. Well, I saw one in Ocean Cay. You were at the bar.
Okay.
I was playing with an octopus.
So then we didn't see one.
No. You and JT were at the bar. I was playing with the octopus.
Okay.
That's how that went down.
They said just make up fake answers. Could. Let's see. The squid just about did me in when we saw those.
Squid are cool.
So, where was that at? Cayman?
Oh, we've seen squid a lot.
No, I know, but she would have seen them with us. Where did we see them?
Probably Cayman.
I can't even think of what we did.
We went diving.
Did we see squid?
We didn't see him
Belize. Oh no! It was at Maya Key, Honduras.
We saw squid in my. Oh yeah! Oh yeah! That's right. That's right. Yeah.
Remember there were the 2 that were like.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I do remember that because I usually see him in Grand Cayman, but I don't know if that we did see him in Grand Cayman in this one. Yeah. Squid are cool.
Your mom said that she'll think of something to loan me.
Okay.
Because she doesn't hate me like you said.
I didn't say she hates you.
She's
wow. And she can listen. Here's what you don't realize.
She can go back and
listen. She can listen. It's like those commercials where they're like, we get the replay on that? And the person who's in the wrong is like, no. That's you right now. That's you. Because she can listen back.
Hey, look at my really cool keychain.
Okay. Distracting croc.
Distracting croc. I really want like a tiny foot to put in it.
I mean, that'd fit like a doll foot.
I don't have a doll.
You could print one. Just print a foot.
Print a foot.
That'd be creepy, actually. Don't do that. Yeah, don't do that.
We were looking at some of the 3D print files that we're subscribed to a company called Loot Studios, and whether I know what their monthly package is or not, I still pay for it. So we were looking at some of the things that have just come out and that we've missed over the last couple months, and I'm like super excited to actually plug my printer in, and maybe that's what I'll do this weekend. Because
we don't have any big plans this weekend.
I have a list of things that we need to like think about, like a cake topper and luggage and suitcase broke.
Oh, right.
So yeah. Vows. Things that we're running out of time for.
Important stuff.
Yeah.
We've done a lot of it, but
we're getting down to the wire. I need to go to Ulta.
The nitty-gritty.
Because my hair is a disaster. There's all my stresses. I just threw them out there.
How about Halloween? Halloween's coming up.
There's Larry.
Hey, Larry. My mom also said she loves you. She doesn't hate you.
I love you too.
Halloween's coming up, and I am like all bought into the Halloween mood now. I'm like full Halloween. I have my Halloween music playlist going for the last like probably 3 or 4 weeks, but
I'm wearing my Halloween Fantastic Cruising shirt.
And I've got the Day of the Dead one, so that's close to Halloween. But I watched the new Evil Dead movie yesterday. It was really good. I thought it was really good. And then I watched a movie called Hilarious, which was really funny. And then I watched a movie about the band The Germs, and that was really good and sad, but good. So
on my day off, I watched a bunch of cult movies and shows.
did you?
Mm-hmm.
Did you learn about any new cults?
I watched Keep Sweet, Pray and Obey, Mormons.
Oh, okay.
And then I watched. It was 4 episodes, so they were long, so that took up a lot of the day. Then I watched a movie that was kind of weird, but I wanted to figure out what was going on, so I ended up watching the whole thing. I don't recommend it. I don't even remember what it's called, but don't watch it.
Well, here's my question for you guys. So I like good Halloween movies. I don't care how scary they are. Like, I like it, but some of us don't like real scary movies. So, but I have that every year I get this itch, and I just want to feel the spirit of Halloween, and I want movies to watch that fill me with that joyful dread. So, what are some Halloween? And I don't just mean horror movies. Like, I could watch horror movies anytime, but like ones that really feel like Halloween. You know what I'm like? There's any horror movie could, I guess, but what are your go-to Halloween movies? And if it's one that you think Kimbra could handle, point that out as well.
I'm not real big into like horror and scary.
But she's okay with a little bit of gore, especially if it's like funny, like over the top.
Yeah, I like that, like real fake, like squirty blood, like when you know it's not like
ridiculous,
which is weird considering I say I like murder.
Yeah, she likes,
but it's
shows
but
about
different.
real murder and death and tragedy and horrible things. But if it's fictional, then she's like, no, that's disturbing.
Well, no, it's more of like the torture thing, like Saw movies. I don't like that. Or when something jumps out, I'm very jumpy. Yes, that was terrifying. So that suspenseful where you don't know if something's going to like die. I don't like that.
Yeah. I like any of it, but what I'm craving right now is not, I'm craving like the creepy Halloween vibe.
Yeah.
You know, like that's what I crave at this time of year.
So when you were at your show on Saturday, I watched what I would consider ish Halloween kind of movies from Disney. I watched Zombies.
Okay.
Zombies 2.
Okay.
Zombies 3.
Those are like teen movies, aren't they?
Well, they are, yeah. But it's a zombie movie.
Okay. I mean, I like the Goosebump movies.
And I watched Descendants 2.
See, that bothers me just because now every time I try and look up
I know
one of my favorite bands, I get that.
Yeah.
But it's spelled differently. You should let us help you write your vows with suggested words, Mem style. Really, that would be. Well, maybe we'll do a for fun version of them. Maybe we'll write the vows, and then we'll
also
take some of the words out and let you guys add them in.
That could be funny.
And see what happens. But then we won't necessarily use that. So.
There's Sharon.
Hey, Sharon.
Hello and welcome. And there's Roxy.
Hey, Roxy.
Hey, Roxy. Andy says Renfield.
Oh, Renfield. You know who Renfield is? You know what that character is?
No.
You ever seen any version of Dracula?
Yeah. Well, I mean,
like the Bram Stoker version of Dracula. Well, Renfield is a character in that who is like becomes sort of his mind-controlled patsy, eats insects and stuff like that. So.
I've seen Hotel Transylvania, which
Renfield's that's not the Bram Stoker version. I mean, I do love the Hotel Transylvania movies, but yeah. Nick Cage, what?
Oh, sorry.
Nick Cage is so over the top as Dracula. Oh, Nicolas Cage. Okay. I thought that was a different show. Oh, yeah. I forgot he is in that. Yeah, maybe we should check that out.
Kevin Count says Oingo Boingo.
My go-to Halloween show was Oingo Boingo. Wait, they used to play. Oh, you're talking like musical show, like the band Oingo Boingo. Well, yeah, Oingo Boingo. It's a dead man's party. I mean, come on. I never saw them as a band, but I have always really liked them, and all of Danny Elfman's work since then has pretty much been amazing too. Nightmare Before Christmas. He did the.
Yeah, I mean, I like Danny Elfman.
He's done a lot of really great movie soundtracks.
Sharon says, I agree with Kimbra. I don't like horror. And Larry says, I'm the same way, Kimbra, although I watched all the Saw movies. I watched like 2 of them, but not by choice.
That's probably more than I watched. Like
it wasn't by choice.
I don't like Saw. Like Saw's not why those movies aren't why I like horror movies. Like those aren't. They don't really bother me, but I feel like I saw the first one. I don't need to see the rest. They're all the same. Maybe I'm wrong, but I like movies that are a little different. I don't know. I like a lot of different styles of horror movies, I guess.
What's that one movie that I can't ever remember the name of it, where it's the 2 guys that are in the cabin and then there's all the teen kids?
Oh, Tucker and Dale versus Evil.
Yeah, like I'm good with that kind of stuff.
But the thing is, I don't know if you realize this because you've probably never seen, like that movie is a parody of classic teens go camping horror movies.
Yes, I know that, but that kind of stuff scares me because things jump out at you.
Mm-hmm.
This one is.
Well, that things jump out at you a little bit,
but it's funny.
Yeah. No, I that's one of my favorite horror movies.
Yeah. That
I've seen. That, like Shaun of the Dead is one of my favorite movies of all time, and yeah, if you haven't seen Tucker and Dale versus Evil, it is an amazing movie. If you don't mind the gore and you like, if you like horror movies, and especially if you want a movie that kind of pokes fun and turns the whole, I don't want to give any spoilers, but it takes the whole plot and it turns it on its head, and it's brilliant, really.
All right, these are about to go off the screen, so I've got to do some comments.
Go for it.
Dan says Sleepy Hollow.
You know what, Dan? I was going to see if she wanted to watch that. Have you ever seen Sleepy Hollow?
No.
With Johnny Depp?
No.
I haven't seen it.
I like Johnny Depp stuff.
I haven't seen it since it like first came out, and I don't remember how I felt about it, but I keep seeing it pop up. Like I've been searching like horror movies for Halloween, and that one keeps popping up, and I'm like, man, I should probably watch that one again because I probably like it because I like Johnny Depp, and I think that was a what's his face?
Tim Burton.
I think that was a Tim Burton movie.
Yes, it is.
So.
Sharon says, thanks for the beautiful.
Oh, you got it.
I'm glad you received it.
Yes. You're welcome.
Anita, it's an older movie, but Love at First Bite was funny.
Who is in that, Anita? I know I saw that back in the day. It's not like, I feel like it's somebody pretty famous that's in that. Oh. Tried to sneak in quietly. G'day, y'all. G'day all. G'day all, not g'day y'all. G'day y'all. G'day y'all.
Hello, Ryan.
Hello, Ryan.
And welcome.
I teach a class about sharks, and that one they have to identify.
Go ahead. Which
sharks go with which item. So there's like a whale toy and a stethoscope for a nurse shark, and they put them on the pictures of the sharks. And one of them is a wobbegong, but the item that goes with it is carpet, because it's generically it's a carpet shark. And every time we go over the answers, and I say, but in Australia, where the shark lives, they don't call them carpet sharks, they call them wobbegongs. But you got to say it with the Australian accent. And I make all the kids, I've made hundreds of kids say wobbegong in unison in an Australian accent. It's a wonderful thing. So anyway, go ahead.
I just wanted to say hi to Chris.
Hello, Chris. G'day, Chris. Is that a wobbegong behind you?
Stacy says, I like the Conjuring series, but probably not good for
Yeah,
Kimbra.
no. Like she would not have liked the new Evil Dead movie. That would have scared the pants off her.
Let's see.
Oh, see, I didn't even remember he was in that. Okay, so yeah, we're gonna watch Sleepy Hollow sometime in October.
Okay. Larry says, yes, thank you for the print.
You're welcome. Glad it made it to the great north.
I mean, you guys donated for it.
I never
just
finished the
saying.
background on that shark picture either. I will. And I'll send it. Jim Carrey. I was thinking it was Jim Carrey. Lauren Hutton. Okay. It was one of Jim Carrey's like first movies, I think.
I feel like Larry said sharks before you
Shark?
even talked about sharks. Is that what you do? You just walk in and say sharks? That's
Yeah.
like Les coming in and saying I like jets,
Which he didn't do. Tonight.
which he hasn't done.
No.
Which is fine, I guess.
Well, he says that because it's the plain truth.
George Hamilton and Susan St. James were two of them.
Okay. But yeah, Jim Carrey's who I was thinking of.
I like Harry Potter.
I mean, some people consider Harry Potter a Halloween movie. I don't. I consider it more of a fall.
I just want to point out
Christmas
there are
movie.
8 movies.
I know, but like
all 8 of them are Christmas to you?
They make me think of fall and Christmas. Yes. So I like to watch.
Yes, or Anita saying she likes purple.
I like to watch the Harry Potter films between Halloween and Christmas. That is the season to watch Harry Potter, in my opinion.
Okay.
Also, The Lord of the Rings. That's the season for The Lord of the Rings and Harry Potter.
So I want to point something out. I love Harry Potter. For those of you that might not already know that, surprise. And that's always been my, like, I'm doing something, I need to put something on in the background thing. And I have not watched like any of the Harry Potter movies since being with Matt.
That's not true. We've watched a couple of them.
We've never watched like all of them.
Not all of them.
Yeah.
In sequence, but we have watched.
I guess we have watched.
We have watched more than
some
one
of them.
On more than one occasion.
But like it used to be like my thing. Like that's what I would just do.
I used to watch them every year, at least once a year, and I haven't done that either. So.
Are you blaming me for that?
I also used to watch The Lord of the Rings and The Hobbit every year. Haven't done that either. So. Well, I think we might have watched Lord of the Rings once.
We watched The Hobbit. We watched all of it.
We did it once.
Yeah.
That's true.
Aunt D loves Anita.
Aw.
And I love all of you. And Anita loves Aunt D.
Aww.
And hi, Nick. There's so much love in the room. I wish everyone could go on the wedding cruise.
Les does also like cruise ships.
I also, you know what, Les? I can't wait to see you guys again.
I'm going to go out on a limb and say that everybody in the chat right now likes cruise ships.
You think?
I think so. Some more than others, but I think that's probably a unanimous thing.
Larry says, I tried to get Amanda to watch a Harry Potter movie with me. Now, just as I'm typing, she says she would watch it. That's wonderful.
They're great. I mean, I know it's always cold up there, but they're like great. Like when it's getting cold, I think that's why they're just cozy movies.
Yeah.
And I feel the same way about Lord of the Rings. Like Lord of the Rings don't have any holiday, not like human holiday stuff in it, but they're just, I don't know, they're comfort food in movie form.
So we've been I've had an empty reservations position open in my small department of 3, currently 2, for a little while, and we had a couple internal applicants, and one of them we interviewed about a month or so ago because between me and my other coworker, we had some vacations and stuff. So it's been a little while. And today she walked into the break room when I was in there getting like my coffee or something. I don't know what I was doing in there. And I said, hey, random question, but an important one. And she really, really, wanted this job. So she was like super serious, like, what is it? And I said, do you like Harry Potter? And she said, yes. And then she like turned her arm over and she's got like a tattoo of Hermione's wand. And she's like, and I'm a Ravenclaw and I named my dog
Oh.
Raven and all of my pets are named after Harry Potter characters. And
So she's in the right house. So
yeah.
that's good.
I mean, I have no issue with Ravenclaw.
I hope not. You're marrying one.
Anyway, so that was that conversation. And then later in the day, I offered her the position and she accepted it and whatever. And then a little bit later, she came over and asked me some other questions, just like uniform and lunches and dress code and whatnot. And then she said, also, did that Harry Potter question seal the deal?
Hopefully not.
And I said, no. But you answered correctly.
My mom's movie is Oliver. And you've never seen Oliver.
I have not.
I love Oliver. I'm a big fan.
I watched part of one with Lindsay and could not finish it.
Harry Potter? You think she's talking about Harry Potter?
I do.
It's your blood right there.
I know.
Please, sir, may I have some more? More?
I prefer to travel other ways than a cruise ship, but I don't judge. We all got our favorite things. I had a little taste on a really nice overnight ferry trip from England to the Netherlands in 2019.
Nick, have you not been on a cruise ship? I mean, your picture is in a helicopter. So I mean, if I could travel by helicopter, I don't know if I would cruise as much either. But have you not been on a cruise ship? I just assume everybody in here is like cruise ship. But yeah.
Kevin says cruise ships rock.
Cruise ships rock, especially when there's storms.
Stacey says, how about Halloween Town? Kimber could handle that.
We watched that last year. That was a good one.
Yeah.
We might watch that again.
I almost watched Twitches the other day.
Twitches. I saw that. I was looking for stuff. I saw that.
Just like Die Hard is a Christmas movie. Speaking of
if you say so, Les. Have you ever seen Die Hard?
I think we watched it. No. Okay, then no.
I mean, I'm not arguing that it's a Christmas movie. I don't argue that. But I have not seen Die Hard since the 80s, I don't think. But I know a lot of people love that.
Dan says, speaking of game shows, I loved Press Your Luck. I root for the whammy. Yes. Press Your Luck was stressful to watch. I loved those old game shows.
Did I miss something? Why are we talking about game shows?
So we were talking about Love and Marriage.
Oh, okay.
I've been a huge Dracula fan since I was a child.
Blah.
I like Hotel Transylvania. We can watch all three of those.
What is your favorite cinematic version of Dracula? Curious.
Anita says, I just thought of Rocky Horror Picture Show. Always have to do the time warp.
So Anita, let me tell you my problem. I love Rocky Horror Picture Show. I spent many a Saturday at midnight attending that film. And she's not really seen it. And I really want her to see it. But that's not a movie you can just watch at home.
I mean, it is a movie.
Yeah, but it's
the only way I've seen it.
You have seen it, but not.
I own the movie.
Okay, well, you haven't seen it then. That's what I'm saying. Like, you have to see that in a theater with people like yelling the lines. Like, it's just not the same experience. So we need to find a way to do that. Yeah. They used to play it.
I know.
Down here, but I can't find it down here anywhere.
Andy says, I will admit 7 days on a cruise ship is a lot for me. I think I'd be better with shorter ones, but I miss my pup. Yeah, and we're putting you on another one.
What if you could take your pup with you? Because I do know people who have taken their dogs as a
service dog.
Service dog.
Yeah. Chris says, I thought you guys had already gotten married.
Not yet.
Not yet.
28 days. And some hours.
Nick says, no, I've never been on a true cruise ship. I'd rather go and explore an entire country than be on a ship. Hence why I'm heading to Australia in May next year. I'm flying from Vancouver. Cool.
Nice. Yeah.
It's like they're already married.
I mean, kind of.
I don't know how to take that.
I mean, I'm committed to you. So. Marriage is just, making it official, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's got to be seen. Now, I think they did do like sort of a theatrical version of it, which I would accept that. But it was last weekend when we were in Orlando for my concert. So
Right. So was the cat thing. There were so many things happening, and I told
we
Matt,
didn't
I was
need
like,
to go to the cat thing. That would have been a bad idea.
I told Matt, I said, you get to either do this or go to your show. He chose this show.
Yeah, I chose my favorite band of all time's last performance in the United States ever. That's what I chose.
Well, it says you guys should do Love and Marriage, and unless somebody gets married after you on the ship, you'll get your Mardi Gras ship on a stick.
Well, that's true, and there's only one wedding on the ship, so unless they get
Well,
married,
there's only one on embarkation day.
oh, there could be another one during the cruise. Oh, that could, I guess. We do have a Mardi Gras ship.
Mardi Gras ship on a stick.
Yeah.
It was Star Trek trivia that technically we wouldn't have gotten without Adam.
We would now because Tarak Noor, but it had been a while
Right.
since I had seen Deep Space Nine and you hadn't seen it yet. So now we would have aced it now.
Yeah, I'm
all my Star Trek information is refreshed.
I mean, I haven't seen anything after Voyager.
I think they had like one question.
Yeah.
Something after Voyager. Christopher Lee. Okay. Not the first Dracula then, because that was.
Did you read the whole sentence?
Oh, Gary Oldman was very good. Even Frank Langella made me feel sorry for Dracula. But the first one, I think, in the theater was Bela Lugosi. Bela Lugosi's dead. I don't know if I've seen the Christopher Lee version. I've seen pictures of it. I am a huge fan of Gary Oldman in general. So, okay.
You'll be cruising across Australia on 4 luxury passenger trains. They stop and explore the countryside along the way. They are not cheap, but it'll be neat to see all corners of Australia.
Yeah,
That's super cool.
If I could do that, if I could take the time to do that, I would definitely do that. Yep, for sure.
It'd be great if I could take Junie with me. Yeah.
Then you could just stay on the ship. You wouldn't care. You'd be like, I'm good.
Turn her into your service dog.
Yeah, just get her a little vest.
Yeah.
Nobody will ask questions. They're not allowed to.
Right. I always thought you guys were married already. Yeah. No.
No.
He was married before me. I was just joking about your great banter. We were 1 point away from winning a ship on a stick during the 80s trivia on Mardi Gras. Well, Anita, if we end up getting a ship for something, that means we do have 2, and you'll have none. No, I'm just kidding.
Wow.
Just kidding. We'll send you one.
Wow. Man.
And Les still likes jets.
We should reach out to John Heald and be like, hey man, we're getting married on the ship. Does that make us worthy of another ship on a stick?
I think that should be part of the package. Like, you're paying all this money to get married, you should also get the ship on a stick. We should,
well, if we have to call the wedding people, we should say, is there any way? Is there anything that you can do? We can get ship on a stick to get me this ship for all of our cabins.
That would be amazing.
Wouldn't that be cool?
I would love that.
It'd be like a souvenir. We'll pay for them.
Yeah. I mean, we don't have that many cabins.
Now, people that are 2 cabins that aren't living together will have to fight to the death. Or one of them just won't care.
Well, that would be
both of them
Aunt Dee and Nan.
She may not care. She may be like, oh, ship on a stick or whatever.
And I don't know if either of them would care.
Only if Nan could melt it down into chips for the poker thing, the slot machine.
D&J from Parody J gave me a ship on a stick on my first cruise on Panorama.
Well, that was nice of them.
The ship on a stick should be on top of your cake. Hey, that's a good idea.
Thought about that. 2 ships on a stick.
Yeah, their nose touching.
A ship? No, that's never mind.
What were you gonna say?
It might be interpreted.
I'm not going to ask.
I was going to say a ship on a stick and a dry dock, but
Oh. No.
it's not, it was my intention was not. Anyway,
To cause
moving
awkward
on.
silence across the screens. Jeez.
If you've ever seen a dry dock, you understand why it got awkward.
But only one of us may be getting off the ship. One of us may be jumping off.
Jumping off.
Well, I think that could be interpreted two ways.
Your sister's got a suite. At the very worst, you could one of you could move to the couch.
It's
and
only an ocean suite. She couldn't get the big room.
just lock her on the balcony.
They got an ocean view.
Oh crap! Okay, never mind. The casino doesn't close until real late at night.
She doesn't have that much money.
Penny slots.
Unless she wins it all back.
Well, there you go. She might.
Yeah.
She's probably going to win like free cruises and stuff.
I know. And then she'll never go on one again. Or she'll be hooked.
Yeah.
I'm real curious how it's going to go. Hey. Scott, welcome.
Beignet.
Beignet?
Not beignet. Yeah. Benoit. What are the things we ate? Beignets. Yeah. Don beignet.
I'm going to eat some beignets on the Mardi Gras.
Beignet.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're going to have some beignets on the Mardi Gras. Darn tootin'.
Nan didn't want to see water all of the time. I mean, there's curtains.
There's 3 other walls.
Yay for free cruises.
Right?
I'd like some. I haven't had a free cruise in a while. We've been paying for our cruises.
I know. Well, even when we get them, we don't have the time off to take them.
So this sounds like an appropriate time to ask Matt, do you care to share the stage show experience?
Oh, from my concert? So it's there's a lot there. They owe me some money because there was.
Did you ever hear back from them?
Not yet. But there was some miscommunication, and I was not allowed on stage. I was allowed backstage. I got a group photo with the band, which is being mailed to me as a signed. Well, I think it's a signed poster. I don't think it's a signed picture, but the picture is being mailed to me or something. But I was still in the VIP section, which actually, other than the prestige of being on the stage, which would have been really cool, I think my view was probably better, almost closer, but not quite closer. But I was in a little section of people. There's a lot of people. I don't know how many. Maybe there was like 10,000 people at this thing. I think there were probably a few thousand in the VIP section, and then everybody else was on the other side. So of course this is a punk rock show. So the music starts and the pit's going, and I'm too old to fend that off for 8 hours. So it was a little bit chiller on my side, and I was able to get pretty close because people leave, the pit would move, I would maneuver myself, so where I was pretty close.
You real quick to say hello. Hi, Michael.
Hey, Michael.
Welcome. Now you may continue.
But I stood on my feet for the entire day. Got there at like 11 something, and I walked back to the hotel, which was about 0.8 miles away. And what time did I get there? About 9:45 or something like that. So it was a lot. I didn't sit at all. I was limping, and I wasn't in the pit, but it was really cool because there were a bunch of bands, and one of them's a newer band, and I really, really like them. They were the first band. There was hardly anybody there when they started playing, so I got to see them really, really well. And then 2 of my favorite bands. One is my favorite band, and the other one is like in my top 5 easily. They played, and the other bands there was a couple that and there were a couple that I was like, oh yeah, I like them too. But yeah, it was fun. It was interesting. I'm looking around at one point, and 10,500 people, whatever it was, I'm looking around, I'm thinking, it's not often that I'm around this many people with good taste in music because they're all a bunch of punk rock people, So it's like a lot of older people, like my age range. I'd say a few 30s, but a lot of 40s and 50s, and a few 60s. Because that's kind of the generation span for the bands that were there. I mean, the oldest band member he's 68, and he was still up there rocking. It was awesome. So it was cool. It was just like everybody was real cool. I cut myself shaving that morning, and like my Band-Aid about 4 hours in is falling off, and some guy taps me on the shoulder and he's like, "Hey, I just want to tell you, I'm going to reattach your Band-Aid." Total stranger, like my head's bleeding, I'm like, "You don't even know me." He's like, "I got you, brother." So I told him the whole story. We had to go to CVS and get like blood clotting agents because I sliced my head so bad. But so it was really fun though. It was really fun. It was their last. It was NoFX, my favorite band. It was their last show ever in the United States, ever. And the lead singer, he's kind of a jerk in real life. Kind of why I like him actually. I mean, he got like verklempt at the end, so it was a really cool experience. Though it was a good time. But they offered me, when I talked to the guy and I was like, "Hey, you messed up," and he's like, "Oh man, I'm sorry, everything got messed up." He's like, "At the very least, I'll get you more on stage tickets." And I was like, "Dude, I don't go to concerts anymore. I'm too old now. So I just want a refund." He's like, "Okay." So I don't know if I'll get it, but whatever. You can't let things like that bother you. You just got to move on. It was still good. I still had fun. Two of the band members, like, literally said, "Pardon me," as they pushed by me when I was getting the picture. So it's all good. It was a good time.
That's your story?
That's my story.
Well, Scalt. That's your first name and last name combined. You are Scalt.
Scoltman.
Scoltman.
Oh, Scotsman. He's a Scotsman. Are you a Scotsman? Will you wear a kilt with me? Anyway, who's going to wear a kilt with me on my wedding cruise?
I will.
You're probably the only other one that maybe would. I don't think you will, but.
Me?
No, not you.
Oh, him.
I mean, you would.
That's what I said, me.
Yeah.
He had a shrimp po' boy sandwich tonight and a hurricane and gumbo.
Nice, because you're in New Orleans for reals.
Cruising with Keith says, "Good evening, everyone."
Good evening, Keith.
Good evening.
Bon Beanie.
And Anita is glad you had a good time.
It was great. It was a lot of fun. I was by myself, but with my people. It was a good time.
I was in a hotel all by myself.
The Curry Roach Spray Hotel.
Oh, it was weird. It was a real weird hotel.
It was like one of my favorite smells and one of my least favorite smells. Goodbye.
Are we sharing the same kilt? I'm confused.
I have 3 kilts, Scott.
Oh, that's true.
3 kilts.
So you could potentially bring extra kilts for the gang. Scott and Kevin were cleaning up with those awards on their cruise. Yeah. That's right. How many of those did you get? How many medallions? And did you get a ship? Yes, Kevin got a ship.
Kevin got a ship.
How many medallions did you get? Maybe we should just do trivia with them a few times.
I mean, guaranteed.
Yeah.
So I am hoping to hang out with them more on this cruise.
Me too.
Because, I mean, we got to hang out with them a little bit on the group cruise, but there were so many people on the group cruise.
Well, so here's the thing, is the group cruise was about making sure everybody else, I mean,
right. It was the group,
was having
kind of group first.
Yes.
Yeah.
This is all about me, us. And
it's all about us.
It's all about us.
Yeah.
And us having a good time with the people that we're with. There's no organized activities aside from the ceremony. and all this and that, where I have to make sure everybody is where they need to be and having their good. That's not what this is.
No.
This is I'm going to go hang out with whichever random person I end up running into and not worrying about if somebody feels left out or not.
Well, also it's a different crowd.
Well, yes, it's different.
Because a lot of the group is family that, like a lot of people on our group cruise, like this is the first time we met them in person.
Correct.
And we wanted to maximize our time with everyone, but there was
it was a much bigger group than I expected.
I'm not saying that, yeah. I'm not saying that in a bad way.
No,
I mean, it was wonderful.
It was great.
But like, I wanted more time with everyone than we got.
It was stressful to try and make sure that I was being fair to everyone.
But also that I wanted my own time with everyone.
Right.
So.
Yeah. Ed said he'll wear a kilt on the next group cruise.
Yes. Ed would look good in a kilt. I could see Ed in a kilt.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
They took home 13 medallions and 1 ship on a stick.
Wow.
And so many medallions, the suitcase would be too heavy to fly.
Just wear them around your neck.
They can just cruise back. Sharon says, I'm all by myself tonight. Gary is seeing a Chicago tribute band.
Oh, nice.
Do you know who that is? Leonid and Friends?
I don't, but I know who Chicago is.
Okay.
So.
We just checked the weight and we just barely made it.
I'm telling you, just wear them on your neck like what? Easy, Public Enemy. Isn't that Easy?
Kimber, you did an awesome job with putting on the group cruise. Thank you. It was a lot. I learned a lot.
Mm-hmm.
And then doing it next time, I may do things differently if we do it again. Maybe we'll just be those people that go on other people's groups. Let's see. Chris says 5 ships on a stick and 2 medallions.
Nice. That's the right way around to do it. See, that's the thing. You gotta go on the ships that have the ships on a stick. I think you should be able to turn those medallions in for ships on a stick.
Yeah, 3 medallions for a ship.
No, because he won. The things he won to get those, people get ships on a stick for.
That's true.
It's just that his ship probably didn't have as many, or somebody made that choice. Not fair. That's all I'm saying. 27% Scottish. Look, I don't know that I have any Scot in me, or I'm sure I have some UK something in me, but I just like I like the culture. I like the kilt. I just think it's a really cool look. So.
Okay, I have a really random question. Okay,
mm-hmm.
for the people out there.
Yeah.
23andMe.
Flav, right? He's NWA. Sorry.
23andMe or Ancestry.
Oh, yeah, because I want to find out if I have any Scottish in me.
I've wanted to do those for a very, very long time.
Or Welsh.
And I want to know which one to do.
Yeah, me too.
And I've heard other opinions. One is more this and one is more that. Kind of a thing. Like one focuses more on this sort of thing and one focuses kind of on this sort of thing. But which one? What do you recommend and why? Or do you have a preference? Have you done both?
Have you done any?
Have you done any?
Stacey knows because we talked to him about it.
Yeah. So let me know. Let's see. Thingy on a stringy. Are Scott and Kevin Jeopardy material, or did you guys just cruise with a bunch of unknowledgeable people?
I'd say, he is the professor. So I think they're knowledgeable people. I mean, they're both very intelligent folk. And so I feel like they probably are full of trivia. That'd be my guess.
Ancestry has a bigger database.
Okay.
Sharon did Ancestry and they did not disappoint.
Okay.
Chris says, my sister and several other family members did 23andMe.
Okay.
Stacey did Ancestry. Sharon found relatives and did a family tree.
Oh, cool.
Right. Scott participated in more than 40 trivia challenges and they were very tough.
Wow. That's a lot.
All of them.
40. How long was your cruise?
Well, it was the Panama Canal.
Okay, so what? That's 2
It's
weeks.
probably a 14 night.
Okay, so what's 40 divided by 14? I'm not even smart enough to do that.
More than 2. 40 divided by 2 is 20.
Yeah.
14 is close. So it's
Yes, that's more than 2 a day.
more than 2 a day.
It's a lot of trivia. It's not a trivial amount of trivia. That's what I'm saying. That's not a trivial amount of trivia.
King Viper Jeff did Ancestry.
Okay.
Les says no preference, but I did one and wife did the other.
Oh, interesting. Okay.
We both got his birthday present as birthday presents from friends.
That's cool. Yeah, I've heard good things about both of those, so I'm sure they're both
16 days
good.
from Seattle to New Orleans.
16.
So just over 2 a day.
Okay. I mean, that's reasonable.
23andMe here and no Scottish in there.
No Scottish in there.
Well, good there. So I can tell you that there's no Scottish on half of my family.
But there could be on the other.
There could be on the other half.
Yeah.
On average, we were doing 4 trivia contests per day.
I really want some Scottish or Irish or Welsh or British. I want some of that. I don't care what else I got. I'm happy to be a mutt. I know where my family's from a little bit, one part of it, but there's so many parts.
Well, apparently I can just ask Aunt Dee where one part of my family's from.
Well, that's true.
Because
you should compare once you get your results and see how they compare.
And then I can see what's from my dad.
Mm-hmm.
Because really, I mean, anything that her stuff says, my stuff is going to say, well, probably not completely.
Yeah,
well, yeah, everything.
It should.
Because.
Well, no, yes.
Yeah. Anything that her stuff says is going to correlate to me as well.
Should be.
I mean, if it's not, then that's a problem.
Yeah, but I mean, all that stuff is, I mean, it's very, it gives you some history, but it's not like, you're not solving murders with that.
No,
well, you might be.
But what I'm saying, my stuff
in a different way
should not be different than hers on that side of the family.
No, you're right. You're right. It should.
Because if so, then I'm not my mother's.
Well, we know you belong to those 2 women. But what I'm saying is, like, if one test, it's possible one test could pick up something and the other test didn't.
Well, you're assuming that your mom and I have the same parents.
So the interesting thing would be if your mom's DNA showed different history than yours, but your aunt's showed the same. That would be less surprising to me.
Oh, that would be real scary. Ugh.
But no, I think there's
wait close to the holiday and they have a sale.
I've heard that. Idea. Heard that. Like a Black Friday sale or something, maybe.
Your mom was a Scottish dancer, kilt and all in 5th grade.
Yeah, but that doesn't change your DNA. I mean, my mom's maiden name is Eichel, so there's definitely some German in there. And we've got Weber and Allen and Kircher, I think. Yeah.
Let me tell you about some of mine. Oh, I'm real German.
French and German.
Right. But my last name is Schaefer.
Well, yeah.
So if I've got almost 46% French and German on that side, then imagine what's on my dad's side. I'm 100% Europe. Well, I'm not 100%. She's I'm Scandinavian.
Okay, a little Viking in you.
I mean, I do like How to Train Your Dragon. British and Irish.
Okay.
All right.
I mean, it's a small island, the UK.
We're pretty basic, aren't we? All right, let's see. 48% English, 27% Scottish, 11% Irish, 7% Wales, 5 Norway, 1 Mali, and 1 Portugal.
Okay. All right. Interesting. What, Mali? That's interesting. We have a lizard from Mali at the aquarium.
Scott says, My fat ace cannot fit into a kilt comfortably. Maybe a bed sheet that happens to be plaid, but not a traditional kilt.
Well, Scott, one of my kilts is from when I was a bit larger in the waist area.
Lots of German.
Yeah.
I would love to see a picture of that, Mama Sandy. I always thought I was full Italian, but found out I was half French.
Interesting.
Adopted. Interesting. This is taking a fun turn.
Yeah.
So what conclusion did we get? Do we want Ancestry or 23andMe?
I don't think we got a conclusion as to which one is better. I think more people on here did Ancestry.
Yeah.
So, I think we just watch the sales and see. I do think that we have seen that one of them has a bigger database, which in theory should be more data, should be
right.
More accuracy.
You know what I want? This is what I want. I want to put my DNA into one of these databases and then a murder to be solved because of me.
Find out your sister killed someone?
My sister?
Well,
which one? Well, I mean,
my DNA that's genetically related to you.
The only one that's good point. Oh wait, this is what I was. I don't think I could wear a kilt with the boys free swinging. I need support.
I mean, you don't have to go all natural under there.
I had thought that I must be Egyptian, but was sadly disappointed.
Oh. I mean, we're all African if you go back far enough.
Hello, Muncie Channel.
Hey, Muncie.
Are we supposed to go regimental with the kilt? Tying a bow would be off-putting in some way.
Well, a Scotsman clad in kilts been left the bar one evening fair.
Is Down Under going on tonight?
They are. It's going to be in like 13 minutes.
That's why I said it.
They probably are.
So my question about, sorry, I'm going back. My question, I think these Ancestry and 23andMe have like a membership that you have to like keep paying for to keep seeing stuff, right? It's not just a one time and done.
There is a membership, but I don't know. We looked into it at one point. I don't remember all the
minutiae.
I
don't remember. It gets windy on the deck and the shrinkage is real. You should try wearing a dress. Going up the stairs, it's like
these kilts are heavy. They don't blow up in the.
I'm just saying, if you all are freeballing it on those kilts, I'm not sitting on a chair that you sat on.
I mean, they come down to your knees, though, so it's not like
there's longer material. Than my dresses.
There's material there, but I wear underwear under my kilt. So.
Stacey says 41% England, 20% Scotland, 18% Sweden, Denmark, 14% Wales, 6% Germanic, Europe. It's fun to see people things. You have things?
I think I know my grandma on my dad's side, her parents immigrated over from Hungary. What was Hungary is Hungary now. It was called something different, I think, when they came over at that part of it. But I think we figured out that it was somewhere, it might have been like close to Transylvania. So I might be Dracula, Vlad the Impaler.
Yeah.
Right here.
Stacey says you don't need the membership. You can always log back in and see your updated results.
Okay. I know there's a membership that gives you something, but I feel like when we watch those, we're like, we don't really need that something. But I don't
remember. And I think Edie had said that like you can cancel the membership, but then you can renew it at any time. And it'll like update something, and then you can like cancel it again.
Interesting.
So I don't know. What's exciting?
I'm not sure.
Which thing did he say?
Muncie Channel says, I'm
Oh,
Italian.
if you're Dracula.
Oh, there you go. Yes, it wouldn't suck. I'm Italian. Mangini was changed to Muncie in the U.S. Oh, okay. Interesting. Mangini. Okay.
Huh.
Interesting.
I went to be. Oh, here. I went to Vlad's castle in
Oh,
Albania.
cool. Oh, that's cool.
I've been a little leery about using one of the services because of privacy and sharing of data. The Transylvania connection. Yeah, I want my DNA out there because I want to catch a murderer. Doesn't that sound exciting?
I mean, hopefully there's nobody that closely related to you that would
hopefully not.
murdering people.
But like the Golden State Killer was captured by something like this.
Yeah.
That's cool.
It's cool. Yeah.
Vlad was definitely not cool.
No.
But I went to go to the castle pretty bad.
No, Vlad was not a cool guy, but maybe he's misrepresented in history. And he had good reason to impale people on stakes outside of his castle, I'm sure. Has anybody watched the Interview with a Vampire series that's come out? I saw that came out. I'm not personally a huge fan of Anne Rice. I mean, I don't have anything against it, but I didn't read the books and stuff. But like every girl I knew in high school was like obsessed with Anne Rice. So I know bits of it. Didn't Dahmer come from Indiana? I see a resemblance with Kimbra. Great.
Yes, indeed.
If I go missing, check the freezer.
I wouldn't put you in there.
Just hide me amongst the rats and mice.
My DNA could be anywhere. I love Interview with the Vampire series. It's so good. Okay, so here's my question.
The series.
It says series.
Okay. Interesting. Okay.
So here's my question is, can you just jump in and start watching that, or do you need to watch the movie?
No, because it's a redoing of the whole.
Is it?
Yeah, I'm sure.
Are you sure, or do you?
I'm like 99.9%.
Well, let's ask somebody that actually knows.
Because the movie.
I've seen the movie, but it was like a really long time ago.
Well, I tried to cover like, I don't know how many books are in that series.
Anyway, I'm just curious. Like, if we started watching it, would I be lost?
I don't think so. It might actually make more sense because they tried to cram too much into that movie.
He created jobs for the steak makers. Plus 100% Eastern Europe.
Really? Okay. I mean, I got probably a lot of that too, because that's Hungary, is Eastern Europe, right?
I'm not hungry.
No, that's good.
I ate dinner.
Yeah. Taco Bell. Yo quiero Taco Bell.
It was actually quite tasty. You can start watching the series from season 1. You don't need to see the movie. Perfect.
Yeah, because I don't think they're going to take off from a movie from the late 80s. They're going to start over with it.
He said, when I was in the military, my grandpa told me that when I was going to Paris to not be surprised if I saw someone that resembled me.
Oui.
I like the series True Blood.
I liked the first couple seasons, and then it just felt like a sex soap opera, and I kind of lost interest. But
I watched, I think, the first 7 episodes, and then for some reason I had some really vivid, scary dreams. And I don't know why, because like they weren't scary episodes, but they were some real scary dreams, and I never watched it again. Also, I can't stand listening to that girl talk. The blonde. I don't.
Sookie Stackhouse. Sookie.
I just could not stand listening to her talk.
Sookie.
One of my ancestors was vice president of the United States, but I can't remember who.
Oh, that's
that's
interesting.
cool. They reference the movie in the book as a reference to the first interview that was done in the late 1970s.
Oh, so it's not just a series based on the books? It's like a fresh story? Or what? How does that work? Yeah. Austrian-Hungarian Empire.
I love True Blood, but when it got to the whole witch type thing, it just feels evil.
I mean, it's all about vampires that kill people and eat them.
I watched was the one with Damien or Damon.
Matt Damon?
No. The character's name was Damon with Ian Somerhalder. I can't think of what that was called. I liked that one, and then it started getting kind of weird, and then I was like, it was like I was caught up with
Vampire
it.
Diaries?
Yes.
Thank you, Michael Ann.
Thank you. I watched that one up until a point, but it was like I was caught up with it, and then I had to wait for like something like the next one, and then I just fell off, and then I got lost with it.
Yeah, there's a lot of shows that I feel like they just try and drag them out, and they lose the.
It's a retelling. I don't want to give anything away, but it's very original.
Okay. All right.
Maybe we'll watch it.
Tell me one thing, Scott. Is Lestat in it, or is it a different vampire? That's all I want to know.
No, Twilight. Can't stand Twilight.
Sparkly vampires?
Yeah, I read the first book because all of my friends.
So you're the right. Huh? You're definitely within the age demographic that should have liked it.
I was a little bit older.
I know people a lot older than you that really liked it. So
anyway, all of my friends were reading it, meaning my roommates in college were reading it, and they were like, "Oh, I love it!" And I was like, "Fine, I'll read it." I read it. I hated it, and then I went on a date with someone, like a second date or something, and he's like, "Oh, let's go see Twilight." And I'm like, "Oh, I don't want to go see Twilight." That was
your first warning.
Yeah, I know. So I was like, "Fine, I'll go see Twilight." I couldn't stand the book. Not interested in seeing it, but you're paying for it, so fine. Didn't like the movie. So yeah, not a Twilight fan.
So I'm not a Twilight fan, but my ex was a huge Twilight fan. And where I drew the line, where I was like, I don't want anything to do with this anymore, is when they brought in the werewolves, and they just looked like the worst CGI giant huskies. Like they didn't even try. Like that is not a werewolf, and it doesn't even look like if a husky got that big, it wouldn't look like that. Like it's not. You can't just take something, blow it up, and put it in a space and say that's what it would look. No, that's not how it works. That was my big problem with it.
My issue.
Muncie doesn't like Twilight either.
My issue was everybody was like, "Oh, Edward." And the whole time I'm reading this, I'm thinking, this girl is sleeping and this guy is sitting up in a tree watching her. Who wants that?
I mean, vampires are creepy in that way. Historically
in
fiction. Well, that's
there are problems.
Lestat is in it, and he's amazing.
My oldest ex got me hooked on Vampire Diaries and Supernatural. Can't stand Twilight. I also really enjoyed Supernatural, but the same thing kind of happened. Like I had caught up through the series, and then like I had to wait for the next season, and then I never caught back up. So,
yeah, I liked Supernatural, but I kind of lost interest in it after a while. But I did enjoy that for a while.
I just always felt like Edward.
Vampire Diaries I never watched.
Good bath and to brush his teeth. No, they didn't look like werewolves.
No, they didn't. They look stupid. And nothing against huskies, but that's just not. It was just. I was just so like, oh my gosh, this movie is like when it was made and the budget it had, and I'm like, this is your werewolf, like because I like in that genre of classic like monsters, like werewolves used to be like my thing. So
there was a show that I watched. I'm gonna try and find it because I can't. It's Canadian. It's about werewolves. So
I know what you're talking about. I think.
do you?
Hmm. I think I watched a few episodes of it.
I can't think of what it was called. Michael Ann or Larry might know. They're in Canada.
The main guy was like kind of blonde hair, kind of lanky guy.
I don't know. It was primarily about a girl.
Lost Girl. That's what Scott's saying. I like Count Chocula, Jeff. That's good. I like Count Chocula too. And Booberry. Yes.
I don't think Lost Girl doesn't sound right to me.
It sounds right to me, actually.
Let's
Look up
see.
Lost Girl and see.
I'm pretty
They
sure
changed
that's
the
not
network.
it.
Supernatural was on, and I couldn't see the final 3 series. I got DVDs for Christmas, so I still have to watch.
Can you read this one?
There is a great RPG called Vampire the Masquerade. Yes, I have played the video game version of it. It's amazing if you like role playing. I also did a.
No, that is not the show.
I played. It wasn't D&D, but it was a role playing campaign. A friend of mine ran it. He was a huge Supernatural fan, and it wasn't in the Supernatural world specifically, but it was basically Supernatural. Like we were playing, it was cool because we were playing like with real maps and stuff. Like we could Google Earth and go to our what? Oh, Bitten. Okay. But it was basically like the show Supernatural, but yeah, that was really fun. Actually, I enjoyed that. My character was basically an immortal version of Jack the Ripper, who then throughout history became the Black Dahlia Killer, and then Sid Vicious, because he had like this issue where he had to take heroin or he would like lose control and kill people, but he didn't want to kill people. It was a really interesting character. I spent a lot of time developing it. I drew him. He drove a Triumph motorcycle, like 1960s. It was a fun game. It was a really fun game. How about Being Human? I love that. I never watched the British version, only the American. I never watched the American version, but I really love the British version. So there you go. I don't know. The British version was good though. One of the guys from The Hobbit was the main guy in the British version. Actually, the wargs from Lord of the Rings were scarier than the werewolves in Twilight, right? Yeah. I mean, I like the wargs. They're all right. But yeah, they were appropriate. Still kind of looked like big dogs, but whatever. I love the American version of Being Human. Did you watch the British version? Because I didn't even watch it because I had already been watching it when it became an American show, and I was like, well, it's gonna suck now. I didn't give it a chance, so I don't. A lot of people liked it, so it probably didn't ruin it like they do everything else when they move it from one country to another.
Ghost turned out to be good on both.
Ghost is a good example of that.
Yeah, both versions are good.
Now we saw the American version first.
We did,
which is unusual for me. And then and then the British version. Remember the first time we watched it?
We were not real sure about it.
But then it grew on us real fast.
Once we started to get to know the
real
characters,
fast.
yeah.
Oh, you know what is out now? Our Flag Means Death.
Yeah.
New season of Our Flag Means Death. We're big fans of that show.
Purple is Anita's favorite color.
Didn't we already know that?
Yeah, she told us anyway. Sissy, Ghost is a great show.
Isn't it?
Have you seen both versions?
Both versions. And there's certain things that are the same, but it's different.
Yeah.
It's different enough. And yeah, I love everything about both of those shows.
Ghost is so good.
One of the best shows on right now, in my opinion. See, that's Halloween. The show Ghost is kind of a Halloween.
You want to rewatch all of those?
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, at some point I would rewatch them all, but
like have you seen the British version?
You got to watch a couple episodes to get into it.
Yeah.
Like at first I was like, I actually like the American version of the show better. And then I was like, I still might like the American show
Yeah.
version better, but I don't even know if I can like say that.
So I think that while we're watching it, and then when I start watching the British version, I'm like, oh, but I really like
Yeah.
this one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think that I would say I might say I like the American version a little bit better. I would not say I like the British version a little bit better, but I'm not sure I like the American version better, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
So
Les says my grandfather was born in Austria in 1885. So maybe I've got some Dracula DNA.
Well, now when Bram Stoker wrote it in around that time, but I think Vlad was like 1500s, I think. But I think he based that story off of more than one historical person, and Vlad was just one of them. I don't know.
Let's see. Andy says, I love Ghost. Haven't seen the British version. Okay, so everybody's just seeing the American version.
It's on HBO.
It's on HBO. So if you have Max, go watch it. It's very good. That's how Being Human is. There's enough of a difference with the British version.
Yeah, that's why I say I didn't give the American version a chance, and maybe I should.
I don't even know what it is.
I really liked it. So it's basically it's a vampire, a werewolf, and she's like a ghost that live together, and they're kind of just trying to live their lives. They're not evil, but there is evil that's sort of influencing them, and so it's a good show. Good show.
Recommend a British sitcom called Vicious. Sir Ian McKellen and Sir Derek Jacobi.
I mean, I would watch anything with Ian McKellen in it.
Yeah.
So.
Have you heard of that?
I have not.
Where can you watch it on? Because if the answer is BritBox, we don't have that. We did, and then we didn't watch anything.
Yeah, there wasn't. Yeah.
We were like, oh, let's get this thing, and then we never watched stuff. We watched, what was it? QI. That's what we watched on BritBox, QI.
Stephen Fry.
I was such a Dracula fan. I wanted to marry Christopher Lee, so my name would be Jean Lee.
That'd be awesome.
I had even ordered my own tube of fake blood as a kid from the back pages of a Dracula comic.
That's awesome.
D. Lee.
Well, it is 10 o'clock, and I saw a notification that Down Under Cruisers did come on. So we should probably go because it's also late. But
Prime.
Okay.
We have Prime.
Yeah, because right now we get BBC America, and it's like there's nothing British about it anymore. I don't understand that, but
very weird.
Okay, we will look for that.
Yeah.
But thank you guys for hanging out tonight.
Indeed.
Next week, it is her birthday on Friday, so I know we're going to try and go out to eat and stuff. I don't know for sure we'll do a live. It's really up to her and how the evening goes.
I'm not opposed to it, but I think it depends on what we actually end up doing. If we end up with hanging out with friends, then we probably won't.
Yeah.
Unless they rush back to bed.
Yeah, because what we talked about, maybe depending on where we go out to eat.
Yeah.
And then we're going to Iguana Fest on Saturday. That'll be fun. And there you go. Bob's your uncle.
There's an attorney I want to marry now whose last name is Deep, so I could be D Deep. That's how I'm going to end this. I know there's other people saying things, but I'm just going to end it there. Bye, everyone.
Good night, everybody.
See you next time.
Have a fantastic week.